Diane in Denmark here, rah rah rah. Ooh. An impromptu video for you today. I'm showing you how to make risotto in the Instant Pot here in the kitchen, Flylady Zone 2. And no, it is absolutely not the Italian way to make it, but it's a really easy way to make risotto so you don't have to stand there stirring all the time. But anyway, if you get your hands washed, get your pinny on, and let's get to it. Right, and the ingredients. Obviously, a star ingredient is some Arborio rice or Carnaroli rice. And usually for me and hubby, when I'm making it just for the two of us, I will count on about 100 grams of rice, or 120 milliliters of rice. I'll put the amounts in the video information and as a pinned comment. So for me and hubby, about 100 grams of rice and about 350 mils of liquid. But as I said, don't worry, I'll convert it for you. It'll be the video information. So what I've done is I've got some oil heating in here. I've put it onto the sauté function on the Instant Pot. But first up, before I put in the rice, I've just quickly chopped up some onion. I normally always start with onion and some garlic. Anyway, let me get the onion in there. I've got red onion going in just because that's what I had. And that's going to get very hot, and I can just turn it off. That's just enough to quickly cook the onion. And then take a little spoon, and I've got some already crushed garlic. We buy these jars a lot because they're great. We're adding quite a bit of garlic. There we are. You can use fresh garlic, you can use dried garlic, you can leave the garlic out. Put that in. There you go, sizzling in there. And then I'm just going to add in the rice and mix that around. And that will slightly start cooking the rice and get them all covered in the garlic and in the oil. Actually, I can switch it back on again to sauté. And you can at this point add in a good glug of wine. There we are. And with the heat, it will boil off the alcohol, so don't worry about it being too boozy for the kids. And then if you just give the pot a really good scrape, make sure you get any brown bits up off the bottom, and then let's add our stock from the kettle. And because I added in some wine, I'm just going to take about 300 mils, which is just over a cup. That's going to go in, and I've still got it on the sauté function. I mean, you could put in cold water, but of course it'll take longer for it to come to pressure. So if you want to make it really, really fast, boiling water in there. And I'm going to put in 1.5 stock cubes. Use anything you like, but I like to just pop the stock cubes in and give those a mix. Now, the next stage is either you can, put the lid on it and cook it. I'll give you the instructions for that. Or if you're adding in some kind of vegetables or meat that need to be cooked along with it, put them in now. For example, it's really nice with butternut squash. If you cube up some butternut squash, add that in there. You'll get a real feel for it once you've made this risotto a few times, how much liquid you have to add. If you're doing it with something like butternut squash, which gives a lot of juices from it, you won't need so much stock. This is the basic foolproof recipe. And the other way that I do it is doing it like I'm doing it today, just cooking it with the onion, the garlic, the stock, and a wee bit of white wine. And then when it's cooked, then add some things like fresh peas, or asparagus, anything that just needs to be warmed through but not blasted and not nuked in the Instant Pot. So anyway, take a wee look. Here we are. It's bubbling away. I'm just going to check that the stock cubes are dissolved, and then let's get a lid on it. And also, you can add in some herbs, things like herbs. I would add it in at the end in the Instant Pot, unless it's dried herbs, of course. but fresh ones I would wait until the end, because the risotto is really hot when it's finished, and that will be enough to cook through. Right, I think we're ready to go. So I'm going to switch it off and then put the lid on. Make sure the venting thing is closed, so it's actually going to come to pressure. And then I'm going to put it onto manual. I don't know, hold on, let me see if I can see it. I'm going to do it for 6 minutes, okay? And then once you just wait a wee minute to make sure you hear that it's started. There we go, and we're off. And remember, once you've started, this is the time to pick up and put everything away, get the table set if you haven't already done that. I'm also going to grate up some Parmesan cheese. And I mentioned this dish on my menu plan, on my blog. I've got other ideas there of what you could add to it. We often have it with a handful of fresh spinach, or some fried bacon, sugar snap peas. One of my favourite ways to eat it is just the simple way with plenty of Parmesan cheese. Yum yum. And when the time is up, we're going to do a quick pressure release, which means you're going to switch off, make sure it's switched off, and then I like to take some kind of kitchen implement and move the vent, open the vent, and then what I always do is put some kind of cloth or something on top of the vent so that you're not kind of getting steam all over the kitchen. That's the way that I like to do it. There she blows. There we are. We're just going to give it a quick stir around. Beautiful. So as I said, it's now that you can add, say, some fresh peas, some fresh spinach, and it will slightly thicken as it cools down. Here we are. I'm just going to show you a small, tiny portion. I'm going to put some lovely freshly ground black pepper and Parmesan. Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. And I'm going to have a quick taste. That is good. And for our version today, I had some pre-cooked bacon and mushroom mix that I had in the freezer. So I've added that. I've put it back onto sauté just to heat that through, and I'm going to add some parsley and again lots of black pepper and Parmesan. And I'm not sure if this is traditional in risotto, but I always feel like a little splash of lemon juice or a little squeeze of lemon juice, if you've got some fresh lemons, into the risotto at the last minute. Just really helps to lift the flavour. So I hope you enjoy the Instant Pot Risotto. Let me know if you try it, or if you've got some good ideas of what you can add to your risotto. And don't forget, once you've had your dinner, do not leave the kitchen. Make sure that you wash up the dishes, dry out your sink, and that is me done. So anyway, all I've got left to say is live long and prosper. May the Danish hygge be with you, and I'll see you very soon with a ra. Okay, bye for now.